Hey guys, welcome to part 4 of the RPG combat tutorial. In this one I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create a potion system in order to increase your defense amount for a certain amount of time. Now in this one we're just going to be setting up a basic system. It's not going to be covering anything like classes or an inventory for your potions and whatnot. We'll get into that later in future tutorials. But for now we're just going to be setting up a basic system for using potions. And so we'll just jump in and start creating stuff. So we'll create a section for our potions, or what I should say is our potion variables. We're going to create one that's just defense potion, and we can make this an int. This is going to be keeping track of how many potions we currently have, and if we have 0 potions, we're not going to be able to use any of them. We also want to create a variable for defense cooldown, and this will be the cooldown time that it takes to until we can actually use a potion again. And then another one, defense amount, and this will be a float. And this will be the amount that we're going to be adding to our defense, but it's actually going to be added to our armor, because armor is the stat we're going to be calculating still, and so we don't want to add anything to defense. And then we also want to create a variable called used potion, and this will be a boolean. So if this is false, we'll be able to use a potion and activate the function. If not, we're going to have to wait until this switches. So we'll go down here, and we'll also create a new input just for testing purposes for now. We'll get into key bindings and all that later if you want to change which key bindings you want to use. But we'll just make this probably P just for potion. And then we want to jump down here and create a function. And we'll call this use potion. Or just, yeah. Use potion. This is a function we're going to be calling when we want to use a potion. But we're going to have to add in a couple more statements here. And does not equal use potion. So as long as that's set to false, we'll be able to use a potion. We'll do an and then we want to do defense potion is greater than 0. So as long as we have a potion, we'll be able to use it. And then we're going to want to change use potion minus minus, so it subtracts 1 from our potion amount. And then we want to activate use potion, which will go down here and activate this, as long as these are what we need them set for. And so down here, we're just going to be doing a basic way. Like I said before, we're not going to be using classes or anything right now to do any of this, so it's going to be very basic. If you're doing something with a pause menu, you're going to want to use time.time when calculating out the time itself, instead of wait for seconds like I'm going to be using. But I'll explain all that in a second. Oh, I got that mixed up for a second. So this needs to be defense potion. Use potion, defense potion. Okay. So at the beginning, we want to change use potion to true. And that way we just can't activate that function. And then what we want to do is we want to increase our armor. So we want to take our defense amount, so the amount we're increasing, and add it to our armor. So do armor plus equals, and that number. Then here we want a yield wait for seconds. Like I said, here is where you'd want time.delta time if you're calculating it that way, if you have a pause menu, or something that slows down or pauses your game, you want to use that. And we'll want to go in here and grab defense cooldown. Now here you'd normally plug in a number, but we're just going to be using this so we can edit it. All these variables will be put into a function in later time, but we'll just be putting this in here for now. And so after that second's finished, we want to grab this and we want to subtract it. And we want to copy this and change it to false so we can use a potion again. So what this does is it increases our armor for the time. After the time is over, we will subtract that amount from our armor again. So we hit Control S to save it, and we're going to have to go in here and edit a couple of these things. So like I said before, if you had an amount for your defense, you're going to want to change that to 0, and we just want to use armor, because that's the way we're going to be calculating it. So for defense potion, I'll give it 3. Cooldown time, since we want to test this, do something like 7 seconds. Defense amount, we'll do a higher number just so we notice it a little bit more. And we'll bring up our console and we can test this out real quick. So we'll hit T, and we can see our amount being calculated currently. What our current one is, 15, and it goes to 11, 16, 12, 18, 14. So that's all randomized right now. And when I hit P, it'll activate the potion. And you can see it goes way, way lower than before. So now we have 15, 1, 18, 14. Oh, and I'm guessing the time passed. So if we spam this a couple times, we can see that it's really low. And then after a certain amount of time, it goes back up to being higher. So after 7 seconds, it'll increase it, or it'll keep it low, and then it'll increase it back higher. So that's a simple way to set up a potion system if you want to set up something really quick. Like I said, in the future, I'll get into the more advanced stuff with creating an actual inventory that we can store all these potions in, and we can apply different potions for the different stats, depending on which potion we're using. Because we still have a lot more to add, but I probably won't go over that system for a little bit, because we still have some other stuff to work on. But that's one way of adding a potion that's timed, or activates for a certain amount of time. I'm also going to be going over potions that do the same exact thing but heal you for a certain amount every couple seconds. So maybe there's a heal over time potion that heals for a higher amount but it takes a longer time to activate. So over the course of 10 seconds it could give you 10 health or 10 defense or something every 2 seconds and something like that. This one's more of an instant, but I guess it would last for a shorter amount of time. For the other one, you'd probably want to double the time, but give it a higher amount or something. But yeah, that's the basics of potions, and I'll continue this tutorial series, or I'll try creating another tutorial soon here. I'm not sure what I'm going to cover next, but just wanted to let you guys know if you haven't been following me on Twitter or Facebook. I actually got laid off from my job yesterday, and so I'll have more time to work on stuff. Since my job is a seasonal job, I won't be able to be hired back for another 3 months. There's no more projects going on, so it's not like I got fired or it's anything serious. It's just, how Activision works. So I'm going to have a lot more free time during the winter, and I'll be releasing a lot more tutorials, like I said, trying to get 100 more of the advanced tutorials done. And I'm up for any suggestions that people want, and I'll keep making tutorials during my free time. And yeah, stay tuned, guys.